America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Okay, right?
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And, Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be?
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
To throw now. Here's Love. They still can't get it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Love from the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jordan Love. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and he's taken care of it.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
He wants Reynolds way downfield. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Hey, 133.
Moore, the man in motion. Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield.
He'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that the defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Love. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throwing again on second down. Love will find Williams on the slant. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. Again, it's Love. Shart's got it left side.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Moore, the man in motion.
Hey, alert! Real. Regular.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Run.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Carolina. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Love now. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
On play action. Love to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Love looking to throw it. Dancing to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Love. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Henry's got it out on the left side.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Here we go, set.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Able to slither by. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And even 150 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. 1st down, going to the air with Love. He's airing it out for Williams. They got his man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They didn't want to crash in the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lionsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Throwing. Love. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
To throw again on second down.
Love looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. Going back to Love. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Love. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. To the air again, Love.
That pass caught is Williams.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Ready, set.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Let's go. Go set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And now here's another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Hey, alert 33. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now Mayfield.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run with McCaffrey off the option. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Now Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Okay, break.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Panthers are going to hang on. On the final play, they get the turnover to seal this football game.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Carolina, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.